Hey there folks, my name is Luke. Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review. This is an overnight adventure and it is already 100% different than what I originally planned. Now folks, we are out here at Lone Wolf Mountain. It has been a long time since we've had an overnight trip, especially a trip here. Now originally my plan was to hike a different mountain, go on roughly a 20-mile hike, but I got to the trailhead and it was pouring the rain this morning. So instead of going home, I came here. I tell you, we are so lucky to have such an amazing place to explore. Speaking of exploring, today here on the Outdoor Gear Review, we are going to parts of Lone Wolf Mountain which you all have not seen before. That's where we're going. We are going to set up a brand new campsite here. We might as well get to it. Now the equipment that I have with me is the same equipment that I was going to use on my overnight trip. Oh, spider. Oh man. About walked right into you. Blech. Nasty thing. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I walked right into it. There's probably a spider on me somewhere. Blech. But anyway, I really do appreciate you all being so patient while I've wrapped things up. Madison is now in the Navy. She is almost done with boot camp. So proud of her. I've been getting all of the gear organized for the big end of the year sale. That is coming up very soon. In fact, as soon as I get back from the cross-country trip, we will have the big sale. Sleeping bags, backpacks, good brands, Fjallraven, Marmot, so on. I love the yearly sale. You guys get some great deals and it helps support the channel for the following year. I'm going to focus on hiking up this mountain. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Let's go. Right there. I think this is going to be the spot. This is not a bad looking area. It's relatively flat. That's a good thing. There's a slight little runoff to it, so if it rains real heavy tonight, no issues. Whew, let me tell you, it's a little bit warm, but there's a cold front coming through. It's going to bring some rain, some thunderstorms later on. Oh man. Because there's such a high chance of rain right now, I am going to basically shut up and get to work, begin clearing this out, set up camp, and all of that stuff. I better be proactive and do what I gotta do while the weather is good. Alright guys, well, I've taken about 30 minutes here and got my shelter system all set up. It took a little bit of time because I put up a tarp as well, so check this out. Now, as you all can see here, I have the Carthenia Micro Bivy set up. It's ungodly expensive. Eberly Stock has a version of it, and it's equally as expensive. Luckily, I was able to find this on eBay for a good score. These are very hard to find in the United States. Basically, tonight I'm gonna roll back the top. That way I have awesome airflow. I have the tarp to keep me dry when it's raining. Oh yeah, not bad, not bad. By the way, folks, you guys can see here that I have the tarp at an angle. That is so water doesn't pool on top of this if it rains tonight. I've sloped it to one side, so all of the water will run off. Very important, I promise you that. Let's see, next up, I need to be thinking about my fire pit. I have the fallen tree. The fire pit right here would be awesome. I have a fallen tree over here, so I have plenty of firewood. All in all, I'm in pretty good shape. While setting up the tent, we had some passing showers. Everything was very light. I checked out the radar, and there are storms on the way. I don't know if they're going to make it here or not. We shall see. I'm starting to see some pretty dark clouds forming over here. Luckily, because of the tarp, I have a safe, dry place to be if a storm rolls in. Let's see, the ground is clear. Let's grab some rocks. The tent, the shelter's set up, the fire pit's ready to go, and I am ready for some coffee. It is coffee time. Instead of using the fire pit, I will use a small little wood stove that I have with me. This thing's pretty cool. This is from Savada, and this is the Happy Stove. I wonder why they call it the Happy Stove. You are about to find out. This here is the Happy Stove. It is a little bit of a puzzle to put together, but it's not too bad. This is why they call it the Happy Stove. It has a freaking smiling face on it. Isn't that funny? Your pot goes on top, you can feed it through the mouth. That's pretty funny. This is a cool little stove, guys. As long as you have dry material to work with. That's the key, right? I want warm coffee, not scalding hot coffee. It's definitely cooling down, but it's not hot enough for boiling hot coffee. I'm the type of guy who likes it lukewarm, and I like to drink Taster's Nasty. Whoever makes Taster's Nasty is going to sue me. Hopefully not. They're not going to get much. I tell you, I think it's very funny how everybody likes Taster's Nasty. I have viewers drawing me pictures, sending me letters, videos. Nathan, I know you like Taster's Nasty. I mean, Taster's Choice. I love it. It's very nutritious. All right, everybody, cheers, cheers. A big old cup of Taster's Nasty. As you guys can see, I am a little bit sunburned. While we're having dinner, I'll tell you why that is. Almost done with the coffee. Now, while I've been drinking my coffee, it has been raining just a little bit. So fine that you really can't even see it, but you can feel it on your skin. Some dark clouds coming through, but so far so good. I just talked to Susie, it's raining at home. I think it was a good choice to come out here. We are roughly 50 miles away from my house and roughly 40 miles away from where I was going to camp at tonight, go backpacking at. It is starting to cool down. It feels amazing. I love this time of year. I love fall. I'm ready for those cold temperatures, and guess what? They are coming. They are coming. All right, well, it is going to be getting dark soon. So, might as well begin collecting some firewood. Let's go behind the tent. Let's check out this downed tree. We might be able to use the axe to get some wood. Come on, let's go. This is part of the property which I haven't been to in a while. I didn't even know that this tree fell. Lots and lots of resources here. Tons and tons of wood all over the place. I mean, take a look around. There's the fallen tree. This is an awesome spot. We should definitely make a camp here. I'm thinking for hammocking. What do you guys think? With all these trees, these are perfect. We could easily set up a wintertime hanging spot right here. This would be awesome. This would be awesome. I've amassed a pretty good collection of small stuff. Now it's time for some bigger stuff. So I'm going to grab the axe. It's time to go to town on that tree up there. Got some pretty good wood now. Got some big pieces, which I can chop up back at camp. All right, guys. Lots of firewood done. We are in great shape. You know, folks, I always have to give out the warning when it comes to using an axe or a hatchet. You better know what you're doing if you're going to go far into the woods. Man, they can be extremely dangerous. They really can. It's all about control. I've been using an axe and a hatchet for over 30 years. I know exactly what I'm doing, and still, mistakes do happen. Whew. Oh, man. Just be careful, everybody. Just be careful. Let's take a break, everyone. Let's go to the top of Lone Wolf Mountain. Let's check out the clouds, see what's going on. I have more than enough firewood. Yeah, and the truth is, it's hot still. I mean, it's probably 65 degrees. I don't want a big roaring fire anyways. Fires are fantastic when it's nice and cold. They're not so great when it's 70 degrees outside. Without a doubt, everybody, those are rain clouds. Pretty gnarly looking rain clouds. But they are very, very low. That's towards the west. We don't have to worry about the stuff going west. We have to worry about what's coming from the east. Looks like a freaking gray wall. Oh, shoot. Not going to be able to see much. But that is rain on the way, folks. Better not waste any time. I better get back to camp. I don't know how fast this stuff is moving, but I better get that wood under cover. The rain is here. I did my best. I got a little bit of firewood underneath the tarp. Just about drenched in sweat. Might as well get rained on. Not really. If it's a quick passing shower, maybe some of this wood will stay dry. If not, I have enough here to start a fire for dinner and whatnot. Well, let's see how this goes, everybody. I'm going to count myself very, very lucky. The rain came in and then it just stopped. Everything got just a little bit wet, but it's not bad. I can easily get a fire going. I have some solid fuel, some hexamine, that will do it. Might as well get the fire going now, have dinner. It's probably best not to waste any time. Hexamine tablets. Very good fire starter. Whew. It feels good to sit down. I feel like I've been at it all day, which I have. Filming these overnight adventures are never easy. It's never easy, but it's always fun. I really do enjoy it. As I'm sure you guys have noticed already, I am a little bit sunburned, and I'm going to tell you the reason as to why now. Over the weekend, I took part in a veteran suicide awareness walk. Where are you going, camera? And that is why I am sunburned. It was a good cause, and it was a cloudy day when we got started. Nobody thought about sunscreen, and yeah, now kind of got the raccoon thing going on. That's all right. It was well worth it. It was well worth it. On average, there's 20 suicides a day when it comes to our veterans. And for this walk, I was walking for Michael Price. Yeah, that's pretty eye-opening, isn't it? Now, of course, I'm not a soldier. My uncle, he's a Marine. My daughter, she's in the Navy. Throughout the generations, my family's been in the military, in the service. I did that hike for my friends, for my family. I did that for the strangers who I've never met before. It's important. It's important. Got a nice bed of embers here. We're about ready to cook. Or as my brother would say, cook. He's funny. He's funny like that. Now when it comes to dinner, I have a meal from Packet Gourmet, and this is the Cajun Ranch Chicken Salad. Oh yeah. Oh, you know, you know what? This takes cold water, not hot water. That's all right. It's nice to have the fire. Okay, so for this we have to add 5 ounces of water. Now, I could get my cup that has measurements on it, or I could just eyeball it. That sounds dangerous, don't it? Let's throw caution to the wind, shall we? I think I've told you all before that I'm a huge believer in the philosophy of out of the can, into the man, out of the bag, into the man, woman, whatever. It will be interesting to see if we get storms tonight. In a way, I kind of hope so. Then again, in another way, kind of hope not. It is time for dinner. Cheers, everybody, it's dinner time. Now, before I start eating, there's something important that I need to say, so everybody listen up. Patrick from New Hampshire, happy birthday, buddy. Your wife convinced me to say happy birthday to you, man. She's a good lady. You're a good dude. She really does love you a lot. Thank you so much for watching. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. All right, so it's time for some chicken salad. Cheers. Now for dinner, I'm simply eating chicken salad out of the bag. That's it. No crackers, no bread. What I call no nonsense. I'm not a huge bread individual. Crackers are okay. I like meat. Gotta move. It's finally getting dark. It is cooling off somewhat. It's still pretty hot, really. Here's a little bit of behind the scenes insight. I go camping so much that I generally do not have a fire. I spend so much time in the outdoors that really the surroundings, the sound is more comforting than even a fire. I know you guys love it. That's why I do it. That's why I have a fire going right now. For me personally, I'm a hot-natured individual. I don't need a fire until it gets down into like the 40s, really. On average, I'm gone roughly 10 nights out of every month testing gear. I do a ton of camping. And I do that so that I can review every single product that I show off to you all. I can't pretend that I'm completely selfless. I do love it. Alright, well, on Twitter and on Facebook, I asked you all if you have any questions for me. I'm going to answer some of those real quick. Let's see, Rick wants to know, what is my favorite pair of waterproof trousers and why? Usually I wear a shell over my pants, and it doesn't matter if it's Gore-Tex or a nylon, they will perform roughly the same. Gore-Tex will breathe slightly better than nylon, but honestly, there's not much of a difference. If you're hiking at a fast pace and you're sweating, you'll get soaked, and it doesn't matter if you're wearing Gore-Tex or a nylon. Let's see, Andy wants to know, boiling water or water purification tablets? Which way do you prefer? I prefer to boil, but if I'm hiking a long distance, I will use tablets. Caleb the Filmer wants to know if I could bring 5 items to go bushcrafting with, what would they be? Right off the top of my head, not really even thinking about it. I want lots of cordage, I want a sharp knife, I want a handsaw, a sleeping bag, and a tarp. Yeah, there you go. This guy, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so my instinct is to say a curse word, but I don't think that's right, so I'm not going to even try. How do I decide what shelter to take? It just depends on the trip. I try to think of like, what would you guys like to see? And then of course, I put that in relation with like the environment that I'm going into and the weather conditions. Will I do a Christmas bushcraft lunch? Yes, I will. What is the best place to get military surplus? eBay. You're not going to beat it. and it will have the biggest variety. It is how it is. Chris wants to know, have I considered kayak camping? Yes, I have. We are doing that this year at Watauga Lake in Tennessee. Look it up. That's where we're going. David wants to know, did I bring the beans? And I freaking forgot them. Ah, brother, I forgot them. I brought the Taster's Nasty, though. And it did the trick. Nasty. Puts hair on your face, puts hair all over the place, you know what I mean? Now, a lot of people have been asking about Maddie. That's my daughter. She's in the Navy right now, in boot camp, basic, whatever. Everything is going very, very good. She's over halfway through it. We've spoken to her a couple of times on the phone. One time she called to talk about her security clearance, that an investigator was going to come by the house and talk to us. We got a phone call, of course, when she got there. She was able to call us because she had really good handwriting. That's funny. I can also tell you that she almost got kicked out of the Navy. She has a job on Sundays where she helps clean the church or something like that. I believe it's a chapel. I really don't know because I couldn't quite hear what she was saying when she called. But from what I understand, she cleans the chapel along with 3 other people. And those 3 other people hopped inside of a closet and were doing something. I'm assuming they were all making out. I don't know. 3 people? I'm not sure what the heck was going on. But anyways, someone caught them. They all got in trouble. They were told that they were all getting kicked out of the Navy. One of the kids came forward and said it was his fault. So 3 people, those 3 people who were caught, they were kicked out. They were separated. My daughter, she was let go. She's fine. She's still there. But she was that close to getting kicked out, and she had nothing to do with what was going on. Because of my daughter's job, which is classified, I cannot tell you anything about it. In the future, I will never mention that ever again. But I'm really excited to see where she goes. I really hope she goes or gets stationed to Japan. I would love to go out there. I really want to hike Mount Fuji. I think that would be really, really cool. Maybe one day, folks. Maybe one day. I'm going to stop talking. It's time to eat, and then basically call it a night. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, well, it is time for bed. I'm inside of the bivvy. It's a little bit warm tonight. It's definitely very humid. It's very humid. It's sprinkling just a little bit of rain right now, so maybe it will cool down later on. I definitely hope so. But, guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you all in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Wow, last night was a wet one. It rained all night long. It's still raining right now, and it's also kind of cold. That's why I've sealed up the bivvy. That has helped a lot. I have to be honest, this is the smallest bivvy. It really is. It's so small, you can barely move inside of this. I could barely get my phone up just to record this. I can't even turn on my camera. Stay dry. Yeah, stay dry. Comfortable. It's definitely time to get up though. I'm gonna lay here for a minute, build up my nerve to face the cold and the wet, and I'll get you guys out of the tent. Yeah. As you guys can see, the shelter did really good last night. The nice wet perimeter around it, dry on the inside. Good morning, everybody. Oh, man. What a wet morning. You know, it's like we got the heavy rain last night, but I never once thought that this was going to translate into like an all-night rain event. I slept good because of it. That's for sure. You know, luckily at the moment, the rain's not very heavy. And because of the leaf canopy, I'm staying somewhat dry here. All the materials are wet. No fire. but I can make a cup of coffee. I could definitely make coffee. I think that's my plan for right now. Now, unfortunately, because of the rain, I have to film with my phone because it's waterproof. I really do need to get a GoPro, right? I should have brought the action camera that the viewer sent. I completely forgot. That's how it goes. All right, going to make some coffee now. This was an awesome spot to camp out at. Let's walk around. Let's check out the mountain this morning. Oh man. It would have been fun though, hiking out of where I was going to camp at yesterday in the rain. It's a beautiful spot. Hiking in the rain, it's a lot of fun too. It looks like it's just quick passing shower after quick passing shower. Heavy rain, stop. Heavy rain, stop. In other words, folks, it's beautiful. Perfect. I'm the type of guy who likes it nasty. Taster's nasty. Perfect. The morning doesn't officially start until you have some coffee. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. It's nasty. I mean, good, but incredibly hot. Woo! That'll wake you up. I'm going to have some breakfast. I have some bars. Nice and simple. Unfortunately, holding the phone and eating doesn't really go well together. In fact, filming with the phone makes things very, very difficult. Oh, it's been a good night, guys. It's been a good night. And I tell you all, I really do appreciate you guys joining me for this trip. But I think from here, it's time to wrap it up. Everybody, take care, strength and honor. Another adventure is coming up soon. Make sure to like the channel, subscribe, hit that notification button so you guys are notified when new videos come up. Until next time, strength and honor. See you guys.